Nigerians drag Samuel Chukuweze after his penalty miss. Federal government compulsory 7.5 percentage tax on VAT. ISWAP purchased drone to fight Nigerian soldiers. Nigeria had to pay $9 million to American lobbyists just to prevent all the shenanigans that is going through. These and many more is what you're going to be coming across in this video. But if this is your first time joining my channel, do well to click the subscribe button, do well to like this video, and let's go. So yes, Nigerian played Morocco yesterday, and it was a crazy match in the sense that the officiating was poor, especially towards Nigeria. But apart from that, there's one person that many Nigerians have actually took it upon themselves to actually blame, and that was Samuel Chukuweze. It actually happened that he came in around the 118th minute to finish the extra time and to play in the penalty shootout. He was brought in to play in the penalty shootout, and while he actually went to go and play the penalty, he went there lackadaisical and just passed the ball to the keeper, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And because he did that, every Nigerian was pissed, forgetting about the fact that the officiating was poor, forgetting about the fact that many people were pissed about the whole issue, and they started dragging him up and down. They were even threatening his family, saying all sort of things to him. And there was this particular message that I actually found very, very interesting. This particular person says, "Dear Chukuweze, we will blame the referee, yes, but we will blame you more because we had no power over his whistle while you had full control over your foot. This one ought because he didn't have to. That penalty wasn't just a kick. It was a moment swollen with sweat, prayers, and stubborn hope of millions. Yet you walked to it like it was a joke and expected the universe to laugh along with, playing it casually as if pressure respects talent alone. And in that split seconds, you didn't just miss the goal, you missed the meaning of the moment. Because Nigeria doesn't demand perfection, but it despises indifference dressed up as confidence. And that run up wasn't swagger, it was carelessness at the loudest point of the game. An insult to teammates who emptied their lungs, fans who defend your name, and kids who think clutch is a character trait, not a highlight reel. Talent brought you to the spot, but character was supposed to strike the ball. And if this miss doesn't humble you, sharpen you, and teach you to fear big moments enough to respect them, then football will move on. Nigeria will move on, and you will be left knowing that on a night when a nation needed seriousness, you offered vibes instead. And to be very honest, when I came across this, I'm like, no. Anybody could have missed the penalty kick. Anybody could have missed it. But to be very honest with you, he actually didn't put in the right passion. You couldn't have just played that kind of penalty when you actually know that Nigerians are actually depending on you. If you had played that penalty with shot, gotten there without chewing gum, probably this wouldn't have happened. But the reason why many Nigerians were talking, trashing, saying a lot of things was the character that he displayed on the pitch while playing that penalty. But I just hope that Nigerians could forgive him. Just let him just forgive him, to be very honest with you, because it is getting too much. And whether you like it or not, he's going to be pained, number one, for missing the penalty. But this heaviness that Nigerians are placing on him can even make him lose form, to be very honest with you. And I don't want him to go back to his club and lose his form just because of Nigeria's threats and Nigeria's words on him. I'm going to different comment section, and what I'm seeing there is really, really not it at all. Nigerians, please calm down. Anybody could lose penalty. And so moving on, the federal government is enforcing the VAT on bank transfers in Nigeria. And so let me explain. So Nigeria is going to be charging 7.5 VAT on bank transfer fees, not on the money sent. And this is a policy that they are reinforcing, and they are reinforcing strictly from the 19th of January 2026. Many people are already getting scared over the fact that this government is coming with tax policy right, left, and center, that they actually want to be taxing, collecting money from each and everybody. And to be very honest, when I actually saw this particular post, I was very skeptical about it. But now it is very, very clear to me that they are not actually collecting money from you. They are not whether you are transferring to anybody. No, what charges they have been charging in the past from different banks, whether it is 15 naira charge, whether it's 10 naira charge, they are actually going to be removing the 7.5 charge, 7% VAT charge. And this VAT has already been in existence from like 5% around 2020, but around 2022, I think it was increased to 7.5, which they are still maintaining. But there are some people that have not been paying this tax. There are some companies, some fintech companies have been operating without paying this tax. So they are now reinforcing it again, that this time around we are not going to be taking it with anybody, whether the bank or fintech bank, whether you're an OP, whether you're from Kuda, every one of you are going to be paying tax, and they are going to be collecting 7.5% charge on you. And how does that actually affect Nigerians? That actually means that these people will also need to be collecting more money from us. That actually means that all of these fintechs will start charging out of our money to be able to pay their tax of 7.5 to the government. And to be very honest, this is just tiring at this point. To be very honest, many people have actually come to say, oh, why are they doing this to us? And in as much as they are not going to be taking out of your money, they are not going to be taking out of how much you are earning, but they are still going to be charging you for it, meaning that it is still you that will still pay for the amount that they are going to charge you over. I don't know if that makes sense, but normally they are not going to be taking any money from your account. It is the amount that the fintech bank is going to say they are going to charge you guys, that they are going to remove 7.5% VAT from. I don't know if that makes sense. So they are actually enforcing this from the 19th of January. So starting from the 19th of January, this is going to come into law. And so take, for example, if a bank charges 10 naira, VAT is 0.7 naira. Which equals to 10.7 naira. I don't know if that makes sense. If a bank charges 50 naira, VAT is 3.75. Total is 53.75. And VAT is not actually calculated on the transfer amount, only on the fee. Meaning that it is the money that banks are going to charge you that they are going to take their own from. I don't know if that makes sense. So right now, that means every bank is actually mandated to actually collect transfer fees. For those that have not been collecting it before in the past, they will not have no choice than to collect it, so that those people can actually collect their 0.75%. And so for those that don't know, the VAT is a separate change, not hidden inside your transfer amount. And so bank and fintechs are the one responsible for this, and they are the one that are actually going to take this to effect. And so that is that about that. So moving on, Tinubu government spent $9 million on US lobbyists. And so let me actually explain, because to be very honest, coming across this news, I almost wept. So according to the news, it's been said that President Bola Ahmed government has spent $9 million hiring a US Republican lobbying firm. And their aim is to win favor in Washington, especially with the US President Donald Trump. The lobbying is meant to prevent further US military actions or diplomatic embarrassment against Nigeria. And that is why I just feel like the US government saying they are coming to Nigeria actually means that they just want something from us. Because if these people can actually be paid $9 million, that means they are not actually coming to help us. And that has been the fact over time that many people have actually been saying. That these people are not just coming to just help us. They want your resources. In as much as they will claim to want to help you, they are also coming for your resources. They are coming for the things. So you need to actually now lobby in other things if you are not going to provide them. Because obviously, the Nigerian government are failing. And so their lobbying is meant to prevent. And so the Nigerian hired the DCI Group, a powerful US lobbying firm linked to Trump ally, and the deal was arranged through Asta Liga, a legal firm based in Kaduna. And the National Security Officer Nuhu Badu reportedly coordinated the move. And Nigeria has actually paid $4.5 million as of December 12, 2025. We didn't even know about it, which was the installment payment. And they are still not going to pay the remaining $4.5 million. To be very honest, when I came across this around July 2026, and the contract is worth 750,000 per month, one of the biggest lobbying deals in African history. And the DCI group job is to convince the US that Nigeria is seriously tackling terrorism, especially killings of Christians. And when I came across this news, I'm like, you are paying a law firm and some particular people to help you tell the US government that they should actually stop, they should remove Nigerians' name from country with particular concern, that they should remove Nigerians' name from all of the shenanigans that is actually placed on Nigeria. And in my mind, I'm like, why not just do the right thing? Why not just end Boko Haram? Why not just end this ISWAP? Why not chase them off? Why not have a deal with them to end them than having to pay the United States because you cannot do it? Oh, we are in big trouble. We are in big mess, to be very honest with you. And this is coming after Trump imposed partial US travel bans on Nigeria, after the US airstrike in Sokoto State, and Trump people saying he's even going to do more. And it's also been alleged that the US lawyer was paid $5,000 to lobby US lawmaker ahead of security hearing. And Senate Godswill Akpabio invited US lawmaker to Nigeria to actually see what they are actually doing, all of the things that they are actually doing, and that the fact that they are actually working their best to make sure that the security in Nigeria is actually currently handled. And to be very honest, it's just tiring. Talking about this news is quite tiring. And I just feel like when we all of this end totally, when will it end finally? Right? When will all of this end finally? So moving on to the last news is that ISWAP are now getting drones to be able to fight the military. Remember that Nigerians, after they have this US strike, so these guys are now actually improving on themselves, and they have gotten about 39 drones that they will be used to fighting our own military. And I'm not sure the number of drones that the Nigerian military has itself. So the ISWAP are now getting technology to be able to fight. When I came across this news, I went mad. I was telling myself that, how did we get here? How did we get to a point that this is who we are? How did we get to this point that that ISWAP will now having to be using sophisticated weapon on a Nigerian soil, and there is nothing we can do about it? When I heard about and coming across this news, it's just quite strange, and I'm asking myself, it is well with us in this country, because if this can continue to happen, and these people are getting the best of equipment that our soldiers don't have, but these people are now even apart from all of these things, they are now getting drones to be able to target our military. It is well with us. When I came across this news, I was like, no, this shouldn't happen. But it is what it is. Let me know. May God continue to protect us. It is well. See you in the next.